We already got a standout at rookie minicamp. I absolutely love it. The Detroit Lions have started rookie minicamp, and we don't get to watch it, but we get to see a clip here and there, and we get to see what the local beat writers are saying. And they're saying, based on their time there, that we got one guy that is absolutely the real deal, and that is tight end Sam Laporta. And this is kind of a good news, bad news situation because Sam Laporta looked good all day, routinely winning routes against the defense. Now, of course, when there's no pads, I mean, like you're not allowed to hit and things like that, these drills do favor the offense. So just take it with a grain of salt. But he was dominating, winning rep after rep after rep. That's the good news. The bad news is that it was against Jack Campbell. And we're going to talk about Campbell too, and kind of what his day looked like. But right now, I want to talk about Sam Laporta. Everybody's saying that he was easily the best player on the field. His routes were absolutely precise, which is exactly what you want to see. If you have a rookie that comes in and he's already got the route tree down and he's running precise routes, that's huge. The next thing you look for is soft hands. He did that, and they're saying he likely caught more passes than any other player on the field. And it was nice. And when they're saying that he runs precise routes, what he means is you put your foot in the ground, you plant it, and you cut. You're not wasting movement. You're not doing all these little things. And the whole idea behind that, if you can put your foot in the ground, if you can plant and you can move, you're getting that defender in that trail position. So if you can get a defender in the trail position and you have the athleticism and the speed that he does and the size that he does with his body, then very much more often than not, you are going to come down with the catch on that. And so it was really, really fun to hear this of him. And here's what I also will say, and I saw this on SB Nation, Pride of Detroit. Laporta and Campbell faced off several times in a drill, and Laporta won the majority of them. But there was one rep where he beat Campbell decisively. The players called for a quick break for a rematch, and that's usually when the defensive player gets back into it, and he didn't. Laporta executed a nasty dead leg, and Campbell was just gone and out of there. But here's what I love, and this is where we can talk about Campbell a little bit too. But before we get to Campbell, I do want to finish on Sam Laporta. Our hope when we took him at 34 is that he is going to be a ready day one wide receiver from the tight end position. You need him to be ready day one because we have a receiver in Jameson Williams that is just not going to be playing for the first 6 weeks. St. Brown will need some help in multiple areas. So if Laporta can be a guy who can consistently beat tight ends, beat tight ends. He is a tight end. Beat middle linebackers, beat safeties in one-on-one coverage, that will be huge to help this offense. And he was going against Campbell, who was rated, I believe, the number one pass defensive linebacker in all of college football. So that's good. Campbell can defend the pass. He can cover. And here's what Campbell actually said when asked about the stuff with Laporta. And he said, competition brings out the best in both people. Hats off to him. He's a heck of a player. You guys know that. All you can do is keep going every rep, give it your all, focus, fundamentally sound. Obviously, I'll look back on it. There's definitely something I could have done. But that was a heck of a play by him. That's great. And then Laporta. So Campbell's saying, hats off to Laporta. Laporta is saying, hey, it's no big deal. He was quick to point out that, yep, he got Campbell today. He said these reps tend to even out throughout practices. You guys just saw that one rep. I win some and lose some, and he does too. So we understand that we're getting limited insight. And so the reporters did a good job of this is what we saw. And then the players able kind of fill in the blanks for us. So what it sounds like is that both players are being kind of hard on themselves. Honestly, what it sounds like is that Laporta dominated Campbell. Campbell admitted as much and said he has to get better. Laporta's like, no. I win some, I lose some. They'll even out. And he's trying to play it cool. And I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. But It sounds like he got the best of him. Now, let's go back to Campbell. One of the big things that he said, and what he was quoted, was talking about Kelvin Shepherd, his coach. And he said, Shep is a great coach. When he steps on the field, there's nothing more important to him than performing at the highest level. That's what you want out of a position coach. That's what you want. You want guys to perform at the highest level. And Campbell said, and I like that kind of coaching style. He'll get into you when he needs to get into you and just bring out the best in you because he loves you as a player. For me, I try to take the message of what he's trying to say and then apply it and not make the same mistake twice. So he's a fantastic coach, and these past 2 days have been awesome. And you can see that he is improving already. There were some videos where they're talking about hips and how he moved them and foot placement and how Shepherd would go and he would coach him up. And then the next time Campbell would fix it. And that's what you're looking for in rookies. You're not looking for a guy that is already a finished product. You're looking for a guy that can be coached and fix it like that. You want a guy to be able to fix it right away. And that's exactly what Campbell did. Is he coachable? Is he coachable? And that's huge. And also, he's spending most of the time at Mike linebacker in these drills and in this practice. So he has a lot on his shoulders after being drafted 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. Are you kidding me? Right? Like, that's a lot going on. Like, he's trying to learn this. He's trying to take everything in. Middle linebacker is a longer learning curve. Than tight end. And I'm not saying tight end simple by any stretch of the imagination, but when you're running passing routes and you know the route tree, it's a little more simple than all the reads that a linebacker has to do. That's all I'm saying. So really excited about these two rookies for sure. Wish we could be hearing more about Gibbs. Wish we could hear more about Branch. Wish we could hear more about Hooker, but they're all hurt. And that's kind of the other story of the day in Lions rookie mini camp is that you got 3 guys hurt. Hendon Hooker is obviously he's recovering from the ACL. Nobody expected him to be back. But Branch and Gibbs, that's another one where that's just a little bit frustrating. Gibbs, they're saying it's just an ankle and it's just precautionary. It's not that big of a deal. With Branch, it's a little interesting. It's an undisclosed injury. And it left him disappointed that he wasn't able to go out and improve his game. He said, yeah, hate that I'm not practicing. This is Branch. Yesterday I practiced, and today, like each practice, I want to get better. And just knowing that I wasn't able to practice today, I wasn't able to get better or play with my teammates. Okay, part of that's true. Hendon Hooker took things a little bit differently. He's talking about how he's taking mental reps and getting to go in there. So we can talk about a lot more about this. We'll have another video. Let's talk about Broderick Martin and what he's doing. He had a sack today, which is not something we thought was part of his game. But again, it's rookie mini camp. We're reporting the news. Oh, it's exciting. It's exciting. It's going to be a good year, y'all. Leave a comment below. Who are you most excited for? Or whatever else you want to talk about. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you on the next one.